One of the most difficult things people find is working with other people's spreadsheets, because you've got to know where the information is coming from. And when you've got a large spreadsheet, you don't know what cell they're using, you don't know whether it's linked to another sheet, and it's really time consuming. So one of the things I do on my courses is I look at the formula auditing toolbar, and it's one of those things we don't use, but it's really useful to see what's going on behind the scenes. So let's jump into Excel and have a look how it works, and you'll be so amazed. It's so easy and you think, why did I not use this before? So here we are on our spreadsheet, and we're going to go up to the formulas tab. So there's formulas there, and on the formulas tab we're going to look at this set of buttons here, these three here, and also the show formulas button. So let's look at the show formulas button, because that does what it says on the tin. So if we click on show formulas, you'll see that all the formula in the spreadsheet appear, and it's a toggle button, so I can easily switch it on and off. So I would use this if someone was saying to me, well, I've got this spreadsheet, it's not working quite right, so I can get an overview of exactly what is going on behind the scenes. And I find this one so easy to use. Now there is a shortcut to bring up your formulas, your show formula. Let me show you what that is. So the shortcut to show your formula is the control key, that's this one here, and this key that you probably never ever used, or not very much, to the left of number 1, just below escape. So hold down control, tap that key, and that will show your formula, and repeat that action to switch off your formula. So I'm just going to switch my formula off here, and let's look at some of the other buttons. So I'm going to look, I've got this cell in F2, and I'm not sure where that data is coming from. So I need to trace what precedes it. What cells precede that cell? So all I need to do is click on the cell, go up to the trace precedence button. That's there. Remember that was on the formula tab at the top as well. And we're going to go trace precedence. And I'm going to get a line, and on that line are 2 small circles, and those circles show me the cells that are involved with F2. And here is the result with the arrow. Now let me just take a different example. So we're going to go down to F8. I'm going to do trace precedence again, and you can see, so where there's a cell that isn't actually directly involved, it'll often just have an arrow pointing down there just to show that that cell leads there. Now let's get rid of those arrows. So in that block of buttons is the remove arrows buttons, that's there. So let's remove those arrows. Now we're going to go do it the other way. So I'm going to click on B2, and I'm going to go to trace dependence. So this is going to work the other way. It's going to say what cell depends on this cell for the formula to work. So let's go trace dependence. So we can see now, we can see 2 cells. So this one here, the total, and in D2 where it's multiplying it. So I get an idea of what's depended, and I can choose, if I'm happy with that, I just choose remove arrows. And that is really good for you to be able to see direct correlation. Obviously if you've got a larger spreadsheet especially. Let's have a look at how that works between the different sheets. So on this spreadsheet I've got cells that are linked to other sheets. So if we look at the formula up here, I can see quite clearly this is linked to this sheet and this cell, furniture, here, and B2. But the problem is, it's not always that easy, is it? When you've got 40 sheets at the bottom, you've got a great big set of data, it's not quite as easy as looking in the formula bar. So let's use the trace precedence. So we're going to click in B1. We're going to go to trace precedence, and Excel has put an arrow with a dashed line, and there's a little I'll just show you here at the end, there's a sheet tab. So that tells me that this is linking to another sheet, and if I need to get to that link, I need to double click somewhere along the dash line. So hover over the dash line, double click. Doesn't give anything away, this box, and when you do that you get a box coming up with all the links. Now if it was linking to more than one cell, those links would be listed, so you'd have every single sheet. It's only linking to one, so I just click on that link, choose OK, and it will take me to that sheet. And that way it's a really easy way of getting and thinking, right, now I know where that cell data is coming from. I can do it the other way around as well. So if I click on B2 and we're going to go trace dependence, again it's going to put the blue line, but it's also going to show there is a link to a sheet. So I double click on the cell, click on the link, choose OK, and it will take me there. And if you remember, we want to get rid of the arrows, it's the remove arrows. So I use this a lot. It works really well for other formula. If we took this example, so this is what I use for doing VLOOKUPs, and if you want to find out more about VLOOKUPs, we have got an online course on our website, so do take a look at that. And also don't forget to like and subscribe, because sometimes I put useful videos up there about VLOOKUPs. Okay, so obviously we can see in here there's a VLOOKUP formula, but I'm going to click in F3. I'm going to go to trace precedence, and what you'll see, this tells me so much. It's telling me what the cell is I'm using. That's here. It's got that blue line. It's telling me the table. So if you look on the left hand side, there's a big blue border now around the table I'm using. So it's telling me that this is the table being used in the formula. So all of this stuff that's quite hard to work out, let's do another example. We're going to remove those arrows. We're going to go to this sheet, so down here, on web page table. Now this actually uses a VLOOKUP on another sheet, so let's see how this works. So we're going to click in D4. There's my VLOOKUP formula, and I can't quite work out where the table is, where that source data is coming from. So all I need to do is go to trace precedence, and again I get the cell that's coming through with a blue line, and then the dotted line, the dash line, it's quite hard to see because it's hidden it underneath. I just wonder if I can make that row wider. No, okay, it's not doing it. It is. It's a dash line. There it is. Just double click on the dash line. There's the link. Choose OK, and that is showing me where that data is coming from. Now if this was someone else's spreadsheet, I might struggle to find that data. So the trace precedence and trace dependence is so useful, not just for formula, for simple formula, for more complex formula when you're working with large spreadsheets, that especially when you don't know the history of them. I really hope this is useful to you. Give it a go and just see how it works, and hopefully it will solve some of the mysteries of Excel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see any new videos I post. Thanks for watching.